What's up guys, Jimmy Games ZZ here, and we are starting a new series on a whole bunch of modeling that I've been wanting to do. Most of you guys know that I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. I've decided that I want to paint my Metal Gear Ray. I've grabbed my model and I've actually taken it apart. I've already made the model already because I've had it for about 2 years, but I've just had it made and just kind of showing off. But the boxed unit of Metal Gear Ray, it has an awesome box to it, nice kind of like silver tone to it. Huge box, got some awesome artwork by Yoji Shinkawa. He's one of my favorite artists. It's a really cool box, nice and huge. It's a 1:100 scale full action plastic kit of Metal Gear Ray. Because it's the Metal Gear Solid 4 Ray, he's actually missing his longer tail, which he had in Metal Gear 2. I don't know why they got rid of that, because I actually really liked the tail. It actually comes with this Metal Gear Ray booklet as well, so the front is the same as the box as well. Awesome artwork, I love that kind of style. But inside the book you've got a bit more artwork of concept designs of when they came up with Metal Gear Ray, a few artwork there, so I think that's freaking awesome. There's the color scheme there as well. And then also how to put the decals on. So I've never put decals on. It's apparently going to be a real son of a bitch, so I guess that's something to look forward to in it. Today we're going to be focusing on like the golden, more kind of the body parts under the wings and things like that. So what I've actually done is that I've actually painted these in a kind of like a rose goldish kind of color to kind of give it that bit of shine. Paintbrushes leave kind of like a paint mark all over the like I could get away with it I guess, but it just doesn't fly with me too well. So there's a lot of areas, especially in the body, if you guys can see it, it leaves a bit of a kind of paintbrush mark on it. So what I've done is that I've actually bought an air compressor, and I'm going to give it a go and give it a shot on these parts here. Okay, but first up though, we have to mix the paints together. So I've got my little metal palette there, and I'm using a lot of like simple acrylic paints, fine art student acrylic, yellow cool light, deep red. I've also got an acrylic kind of fine art quality silver to try and get that kind of like metallic-ish look. Okay. Alright, so I've got my paint mixed. It's not looking too bad in my opinion. This is my air compressor gun. This is only the second time I've used this thing. This thing is freaking boss. I love using this at the moment. So basically, press it down on there. Actually, screw that. I'll do a review later on. I bought mine off of Mighty Ape. Also, this came with the air compressor that I got. Basically, you put your paint in the top there and you spray it all over. So basically I'm going to get that paint, chuck it in there using this. So let's see if we can actually small tip that I've seen online and stuff like that just from doing my research. Basically, you guys see that. So holding the air compressor down and then giving it a bit of a pullback will actually mix the paint into together, so you can see it at the top there. So it's a good way of mixing the paint. There's a few things that I wanted to give a shot with, just doing those wings as well, just changing the colors. Now, I know that a lot of all these kind of details, which I was going to do with a brush, but it might actually be good to give it a shot with the airbrush. So try and get it real fine as well. Guess I could layer it out to kind of like make it pop a tad bit more. I like that it's not so overpowering as well. It's not like taking over the entire model. It's like you can see it's really subtle, and that's kind of what I'm going for, which I'm really liking at the moment. Now I'm going to continue on a few of the other areas. Right, so now that I'm just moving on to a bit of the weathering kind of stuff, so as you can see, what I've done now is that I've added a bit of red to the gold to kind of give it maybe a tad bit of a darker golden look. It's still the same color, but because I had a bit of leftover, I thought I'd like add a bit more red in it, a red rust look. I'll see if I can like try and bring along these kind of ridges and see if that works. Real light highlighting. I think this one might actually be a bit more successful than the other wing. Just the odd panel or so. Now I actually want to do a bit of a wash. Now what I have here is a strong tone that kind of gives it that kind of like dirty, kind of grimy feel, that kind of metallic kind of look. Now this can easily wash off because it's really light, so, but what it does, it actually highlights a lot of the like the panel lines and stuff. It does give it kind of that real dirty look. I think the name of this video is going to be All for the Learning, right? Bit too dark for my liking, it just kind of... So what I'm going to do is that I've just got a cloth and maybe I've just got a bit of water. See if I can actually remove some of it. It's definitely removing it. But definitely gives that look of like metal with the wash there. Might actually work out. Yeah, it actually gives it a bit more substance, which I'm liking. Oh, don't you love those those accidental mistakes? Sweet. I'll just move on to one of the other leg pieces.
Well guys, that brings us to the end of this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. If you'd like me to continue on with this series, please comment down below and let me know any hints and tips that you might have for me, for this is my first ever model kit. My name's Jimmy and thanks for joining me on my new playlist of Jimmy Model Kits NZ. Peace!